Hi Sumit, how are you?
Hi, Amrit sir. Hi, Preetham.
Hi, Sumit. I'm just making sure that we are connected.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you both.
Good.
Yeah, and it's live on YouTube now.
Oh, yeah. Good. Perfect. Hi, everyone. Am I audible? Amrit? Good. Perfect. Sumit, you can hear me as well, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good. So I'm going to take another minute and then we start.
Sure.
Well, perfect. So I think, yeah, we should start and we are right on time. No, it's already 4 minutes over. So hi, everyone. I welcome you to this event. I have Amrit and Sumit with me. Sumit, it would be fine if you could just turn on your video and yeah. So before I start, I would like to give a quick intro of our guests. Okay, who are the people joining us today? I'll play the role of host, and I'll also sort of I have list of questions for them. But yeah, some of them I would like to participate answering them as well. And before I actually start, let me quickly introduce you, Dr. Amrit Krishna here. So Amrit and in fact, I like to introduce Amrit as because we were together in masters, so he's my friend. And then of course, Dr. Amrit Krishna is masters from IIT Kharagpur, PhD from the same department, IT Kharagpur, then multiple postdocs, including few years of experience in Cambridge. And then he's currently working as a consultant, or he will introduce, in fact, himself in a better way, but with Uni4, where he is taking care of NLP related stuff. And he will probably, we will request him to give us a little bit more, insight about what he is doing. Moving to Sumit is currently working with Ratuken. He also worked with Mercury Japan. He's based in Japan. So we all three are in three time zones right now. And he also did his master's from IIT Kharagpur. One of the thing which is common in three of us is that we all have went through the experience of this GATE preparation and this journey of preparing for this exam. And we all are excited about this new branch which is being introduced by GATE committee. So Amrit, maybe I'll hand over to you. Maybe you can give us a quick introduction.
Hi everyone, I am Amrit Krishna. I am a staff scientist at Uni4. And prior to that, I did my postdoc at University of Cambridge, which was a project funded by Facebook Research. And then, I did my master's in IIT Kharagpur in the computer science department. That's where I met Preetham. And I stayed back, continued to do my PhD, and and now we are here. So I work in natural language processing, which was my topic during my PhD as well. So, so there are different components of natural language processing, which includes the chat GPTs, like the large language models, the generative AI, natural language understanding, a little bit of spoken language understanding, and other associated fields. And I keep a broad interest in terms of several subfields within artificial intelligence and data science. And it's quite interesting that now GATE is introducing these topics as well into their syllabus or as one of the papers. So that's really interesting and exciting. So let's see how that goes.
Great. Thank you, Amrit. Moving to Sumit. Sumit, maybe you would like to give us a quick intro, the part which I missed, maybe.
Sure. Thank you. So yeah, as you already mentioned, we all are from IIT Kharagpur. So I did my master's from there in 2019, and then I came to Japan. So I was working as machine learning engineer in my previous company, and now I'm a data science engineer. So for me, I work mostly right now to enable training large models. So by large models, I mean models with billions of parameters, like 20 billions parameter, 30 billions parameters. So how we can optimize our training so that we can, train big models and use those big models in our production. So this is something where I work. So I work with all the domains like NLP and image processing and other kinds of ML models. So I'm really excited to see this data science paper for GATE, and it would be very nice to see how the paper will go and the opportunities in this section. So yeah, I'm very excited for that.
Right, great. So I have thank you, Sumit. I have a lot of questions, but before that, let me introduce a little bit about myself. So, I mean, of course, after doing masters from KGP, I'm more into startups. So I have built many failed startups so far, but some of them are fairly successful as well. So during college itself, I started my startup journey. After moving out of KGP, I co-founded a company, OpenSense Labs, which is primarily service-based company, and we provide IT services, and we have expertise in certain domain, and we have been sort of making good progress so far. It's I would say fairly good size company now. We are currently roughly 140 to 145 people strength we have right now. So that's the size. Recently, now it's not anymore recently. So I would say a couple of months, maybe 9 or so months ago, I decided to move to you know more in towards edtech, and uh, I'm more into mentorship role for Open Source Labs, and now I'm back and have been building this edredo for last, I would say, 1 year or more. I have been full time involved here. So yeah, that's about me. Yes, as they mentioned, I'm also very much excited about this new branch being added, and I believe not just me. I mean, everyone who is like looking AI as the future are excited, and because people are a lot, moving towards this new technologies. Obviously, Gate committee and these guys are also realizing that there has to be certain things done about it. And if you look at the colleges, Amrit and Sumit are more like, at least Amrit is more close to academia, so he can back me up on this. So every school or every institute, they have already started their separate branch or school for AI and machine learning. And also that's what I was mentioning in my previous short video, that people have recognized that it's no more part of computer science. Rather, it's a separate branch of its own, right? And it's going to grow from here, because recent trend, we have seen how much we are being dependent, and how many tech companies are coming up in AIs in recent times. So yeah, good to see that. We have a lot of questions. We want to discuss what could be the syllabus. Officially, Gate has not launched the syllabus, but we have certain clues, some ideas what could be the syllabus. Of course, we know that this is based on our experience, assumption, and after talking to certain people, we have found what could be the syllabus. But again, we may go wrong. So for the final syllabus, everyone has to wait for the Gate committee to release it. I think all the syllabuses are out, right, Sumit? Just this one is not out. Maybe it must be under verification or something, because it's a new branch, right? So yeah, so do send your questions in the comment box so that we can discuss it here as well. Otherwise, I have a lot of questions which I have received from many of the people, I mean, many of students and aspirants already. So yeah, I will start with it. And it's not, by the way, just to mention, Amrit and Sumit, it's not like interview or, I'm hosting and you guys are just answering my question. Let's discuss, if something is coming up in your mind, we all can, give our opinion collaboratively. So to start with, I have one question which I feel is important. Okay. So because this new branch is coming up, right? So what should people expect? One way of thinking about it is that there will be some, for the qualification, they will check some basic knowledge in computer science and all, but eventually they want to teach, the course will be about, or the entire master's program will be about, data science and AI, right? And the other way to look at it is that it's not the, I mean, they will also check some of the knowledge around, data science, AI, etc., in the exam itself, right? And it's not like a course to prepare people in this field, but rather to take them to the next level. Like, let's assume computer science, you already have studied basic subjects, and when you go to masters, you pick some specialization and you pursue them, right? So kind of taking next step. So how do you see this thing? I mean, hope I have been clear about the question, right? Amrit, would you like to answer this?
Yeah. So first of all, if we see IITs and IISc have been quite proactive with the developments in artificial intelligence and say machine learning,
Yeah.
NLP, and all the associated fields. This is true with respect to the the research contribution. So I would say it's not IITs catching. I would say that IITs were contributing indeed to these developments. Let us be very clear there. But when it comes to, so there are say undergraduate courses offered. So there is a department of AI, for instance, at IIT Hyderabad, and almost most of the IITs, or at least all the IITs, have a center for AI or an associated center where they provide a master's. So that's for sure. Now, if we come back to our like topic, which is the GATE syllabus or specific to GATE. So one thing we often observe is that for any subject, the GATE has always been focusing on the fundamentals. And I think that's a very good thing to do. At the end of the day, those who build the foundation strong, because you can teach someone who have the foundations. At least if someone is even wrong on the foundations, we can correct them. But if someone has no idea on the foundation, it's difficult. So I think GATE has been, or the organizers of GATE has been doing a splendid job in ensuring that the fundamentals are covered. So if you ask a researcher in, say, computer vision as against a natural language processing researcher, the way they see things might be completely different. So there has to be a consensus on what has to be covered when it comes to a like umbrella term like DS and AI, which the GATE has to provide, right? So I believe, again, I think I'm using this term now more than 10 times, the fundamentals have to be focused on, which again, if you go back to the first principles, it's again the basic statistics, algebra, linear algebra, a little bit of, I think, data mining or systems or database. So it's going to be some combination of it. I think, as Sumit was mentioning at some point, like it's maybe the Bayesian statistics, a little bit of these, and building on top of it, and maybe some introductory concepts of machine learning. I think that's how it should play out. Let's see.
Yeah. So in fact, I was thinking from the marks distribution perspective. So one thing is certain that, 20 marks are going to be kept aside for aptitude, right? Aptitude and basically aptitude section, right? And then on top of that, there is a, section of mathematics, right? So then it is going to take up some marks distribution. Now remaining, if I loosely say, let's say, 70 marks, right? So in 70 marks, I was thinking what could be the possible ratio, because as you mentioned that there will be fundamentals or core concepts of computer science involved. I mean, I don't think it will be completely isolated. There will be some common portion, and that's why probably this is the good bet for computer science engineers, right? Because we can assume that they might have half of the portion already completed, right? So if we talk about this, Sumit, I would like to ask this question to you, that what do you think would be the ratio of, let's say, computer science concepts and then something beyond computer science syllabus? What do you think about this? So meanwhile you answered this, I'll also look into, some data which I have. I was just searching, about different schools in IITs who are already providing such courses, right? So I'll pull up that. Meanwhile, maybe you can answer, like, how do you think about the distribution?
Yeah, sure. So I think as long as the master's is for data science and AI, I think the main focus will be in like mathematics, like all the linear algebra as already mentioned by Amrit, that you need to know some basic fundamentals of mathematics and some basics of probability theory, probability distributions, also calculus. You need to know some calculus if you want to opt a machine learning course, and you need to know some basic programming also, because you are going to code that, right? So at least you should be knowing the basics of, say, basic fundamentals of a programming language, say Python, which you can use in like your machine learning code. So I think according to me, and if I share the distribution, it would be like 50% should be for at least mathematics, all this part. Because if we look for another similar exams, like if we talk about like Chennai Mathematical Institute, they also have their entrance exam for MSc in data science, and their syllabus is mostly mathematics. And you need to know statistics, you need to know basic maths, and you need to know probability theory. So I think we can refer from there. So I think the GATE syllabus for GATE will also be similar, would be more 50 to 60% of maths, remaining parts like basics of computer science and like databases, and maybe system design also, what is load balancer and other things, because these are necessary for developing a machine learning system. So system design and DBMS and some other core operating system concepts that would be necessary. So I think they might include that into the syllabus. So 50-60% is like maths and remaining or these computer science related subjects. Yeah, I think this should be the distribution, but yeah, we have to wait for the final syllabus, of course. Preetham sir, are you there?
So I will add one point here.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know if this is what I feel. So I mostly agree with what you said. Only thing is that sometimes the question may be out of machine learning, but for an individual to arrive at an answer, sometimes all we need might be the basic understanding in linear algebra or let's say one of those, say statistics or one of those fundamental topics. So that's something I believe again generally gate preparation entails that you infer from the basic understanding. So that's something I really like about the way the gate questions are prepared. So I believe here also we can expect a very similar trend. So yeah, so in that way I believe even if it looks like a machine learning question, the underlying concept might still, or the underlying requirement might be to understand the basics in statistics or linear algebra.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because if we look at the like prerequisites for courses in IIT. So let's suppose in IIT KGP, if you want to opt in machine learning course in your masters, they will ask you if you have these basic fundamentals. So if you know basic mathematics, if you know basic probability theory. So these are the requirements if you want to do a course on machine learning in say IIT KGP. So I think all those prerequisites they will be added to the GATE syllabus, I think. So yeah, that's why I was focusing more and more on mathematics. Oh yeah, Preetham, back to you.
Yeah. Oh, great. Yeah, thank you. I mean, it was a very big answer, but if I summarize what you said, probably we should expect 50-50 ratio between your core computer science concepts and then something from, mathematics, then concepts from these subjects which are newly being added. So good one. Another question which I have received from Rakesh Kumar Khatri. Okay. So this question is he's asking that for a computer science guy, like if let's say he has not taken anything in data science or machine learning, then how good or how difficult it is going to be. So maybe I would like you both to answer, and then I would add my pointers as well.
So if someone is preparing for computer science examination, I think he's already 50% prepared for data science paper. Only thing is that he has to do is like in computer science, when we prepare for computer science GATE paper, we don't do much of statistics. We don't do much of, calculus. We only do basics of that. So I think if someone has already prepared for computer science, is I think very good candidate for data science also. 50% preparation is already done. Only you had to look for the extra 50%, which is kind of other parts of mathematics and other parts of programming. What do you think, Amrit sir?
Yeah, so I agree with what you say. Yeah, I believe so. I mean, again, if you look at the alternatives for a computer science person, it seems that data science and AI as the second paper makes the best choice or the best bet in that sense. So now, what would be the amount of preparation? I think again, the people who prepare GATE exam are also mindful of the state of, like, there are certain institutes where students are privileged to have such courses, and there are certain institutes where it is not. So that's a reality which all of us know. So I believe the preparation, again, the question paper will be prepared in a manner where this aspect is taken care of, or at least cognizant of. So in that sense, I believe, once the syllabus comes out, it becomes quite easy to follow up in a structured manner for a student. Let's say, it wouldn't take, it shouldn't ideally take any more than what they would do for any other subject or for any other related topic. So yeah, so I believe it would be a wise choice in that sense. Yeah, over to you.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So good. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to share, something which has been like undergoing into the undergrad courses, like, syllabus, and just wanted to walk you through, guys, and what do you think about, that kind of topic is something we can talk. So I'll have to share my screen and basically, yeah. So first I need to share. Okay. So basically I need to share my, let me see if I have this thing. Okay, yeah. It will take a minute. It's just every time I do it, it downloads the plugin. So yeah, let me know when you can see my screen, right? So this is something which I have downloaded from internet. This is a undergrad, course for, I mean, there is this school in IIT Roorkee. This is for data science and artificial intelligence. So I thought maybe, I should have a look on what our suggested syllabus here. And I just wanted to understand, what is your thought process on this? So if we talk about this, mathematics 1 is something which is here. And I believe mathematics is something which you both have mentioned that it really has that potential to be included, right? So this is something, let's do it like this way. Okay, what do you think in this topic could come in the, I mean, could make a space in the syllabus? Amrit, Sumit, can you hear me?
I think to me it looks like for this autumn semester, this mathematics one and maybe some introduction to object-oriented programming in C++, or I think it might be Python in case of DS and AI section.
Right.
And
But I believe, as
yeah.
Amrit said, they focus on fundamentals, so they might still stick to, programming languages like we have in CS, like they will stick to basic concepts of programming maybe. So
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe it will be programming language. I'm
Mhm.
not, yeah, I mean, again, it's a prediction, but so I just quickly wanted to quickly go ahead and highlight, Amrit, do you think this is gonna make it?
Yeah.
Will they
I
focus on asking questions from?
I think so, yeah, because I was just checking the curriculum for IIT Hyderabad's BTech in AI. So
Mhm.
if you look there, there is like if you look at the first semester, so there is calculus, there is programming, there is discrete math. Again,
Right.
so functions, because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
machine learning is all about functions. So there is a series of functions, a little bit of linear algebra. So yeah, so I believe there is going to be a little bit of discrete math, uh, programming, calculus, differential equations, and
Right.
maybe
So
a little
yeah,
bit
there
of
are other, yes. Sorry, I was cutting you off in between. Please go ahead.
no, I was just saying a little bit of vector calculus as well. That's it.
Yeah. So I think one who's like, do not want to wait for syllabus to be come out. So maybe, someone who is in computer science and wants to start early, but I don't believe it is going to be a long delay for publishing the real syllabus. But meanwhile, people can look at this document. I can share it's a public document. I can share the URL in all the, videos. So people can have a look what is basically, being taught, and they can also explore and find out what could be the syllabus from other other IITs, as you said, IIT Hyderabad, right? And also at the end, I have this document which is more from yeah, you see, for instance, here you have detailed syllabus for this subject. What is that? Yeah, introduction to DS and AI. Okay, so if somebody just wants to warm up themselves, so they can look into these chapters, because this is more, again, introductory chapters, I believe. Amrit and Sumit, maybe would you like to add something?
Yeah, these are very introductory chapters, and I think these are very relevant for like data science section paper. So if someone wants to explore till the syllabus is up, it's like very nice place to go through.
I agree with
Good,
this.
perfect. So then, yeah, Sumit. Sorry, Amrit, please go ahead.
No, I was just saying, yeah, it makes sense to go through this material. So, I mean, maybe we should make it available at Edredo so that everyone can access to it. So, yeah, so IIT Rookie's page that you have been showing currently, it makes sense to look at it. It also makes sense to look at it.
Right.
Look at the IIT Hyderabad's curriculum page, right? And
Right. So meanwhile, for whoever is watching this video right now and going to watch this later, what we are going to do is whenever this syllabus is out, we are going to list out, all the good resources which are available, and we'll share with you. We already have received some information, some list of resources from Amrit and Sumit, so that I'll curate and we will share. I'll add a few pointers there over as well. So moving ahead, one thing which I also wanted to share, Amrit, is about this question paper or about this exam. One thing is very funny, and I'm really very much interested about, is that uh, this is going to be the first time this paper will be introduced. And everyone will have a question, even if the syllabus is out. What is the scope of syllabus, right? So for instance, if we consider any topic, right? So I mean, there are level up to which you want to teach your students, right? Or you want to prepare for, right? So for instance, in computer science topics, with all the previous year questions, we know that, okay, what level is to be touched, right? But here in this case, what do you think? I mean, how do anybody, in fact, whoever is preparing, how will the person will scope the syllabus that, okay, we stop here? Because I believe there should not be any limit like any other subject, right? Because I mean, another thing is that one thing I can tell is that GATE will just give the syllabus the way, the manner they give, right? I mean, the topics, So yeah, any take on
I mean,
this?
see, if you look at any subject in GATE, like, so if you look at, computer science, there is algorithms, there is computer architecture, and we all know that each of these topics are still being researched on. So there is no limit to any of these topics, right? There is so there are many aspects we don't even count. I mean, frankly speaking, like when we look at the theory of computation, what we learn after joining IIT and what we prepare for GATE is probably like, it's like, there's a difference between a mountain and a mountain, probably, right? So the depth is definitely going to be different when we go for a competitive exam as against the way we learn it from a course perspective or even as a research perspective. So that's what probably, and I think, again, the people who prepare it, they are not doing it for the first time, even though the topic might be first time, but the faculty are not doing a GATE preparation for the first time. So they definitely know how to scope it within what is possible within a student's or possibly within a exams limitations, right? So I think that's what I'm mentioning to Sumit as well. Like probably the way I think it would be that there might be a lot of applications of ML, but the question seems like a pure ML question, but the way one would solve that might require one of the fundamentals, right? The question might be framed as a proper, like, for example, if someone doesn't know what is called as a bias variance trade-off, which is a fundamental concept in machine learning. But to explain that to someone, I don't have to tell that person, hey, you first learn ML and then I will tell you. I can still simplify it and kind of enable that to be understood by a person who has no understanding in AI. Now, when you frame a question, the same thing can be applied, right? You can ask that question about bias variance trade-off without really saying that it is bias variance trade-off. But you place it in a scenario where you use your first principles, based on your knowledge in, say, probability, a little bit of knowledge in statistics, and then figure out what is happening. For example, it's very easy to illustrate something and show that, okay, this is one figure, and tell me, is this variance or is this bias? Now, what would you require? You require basics of statistics to understand what is variance as against what is bias. So I believe we should watch out for such questions rather than keeping on going in depth, because it's not just for AI, for any subject. If you keep on going for depth, you will probably never finish the GATE syllabus. Yeah, so the scope I would believe is basically like, how to apply related fundamental topics to answer questions within AI.
Oh, great. Okay. So meanwhile, Kunal Raj, we have a comment on YouTube. He says there is no math for data science on GATE website. So is it already up, Sumit? While we are talking, is it already up?
I know
Let us quickly check.
syllabus is not up yet. They have mentioned that add syllabus for data science and AI section later.
Okay. Yeah, so it is still not up, right? Yeah, I can see that. Then we will have to wait. We cannot say whether maths will be there or not. In fact, maths is, our strong guess is all of us are agreeing on one fact, is that maths is going to be there.
Yeah, math is
Right.
going to be there,
So,
and I think it will cover mostly 50% of the whole paper. So that's a guess, but yeah.
Yeah, great, perfect. So basically, to moving ahead, I have another question I'll ask on behalf of everybody is, who do you think is the right, people or aspirant, like having computer science background or without background is also going to be, or let me reframe this question. The question was like this, but I'll reframe it. So how do you think it is going to be, how much difficult it is going to be for a person who is not from computer science background?
Sure. So if the syllabus is like 50% of maths and 50% of other topic, then I think 50% is same for all the branches, same for electrical engineering, same for computer science, same for civil engineering, because mathematics is something that everybody studies in their engineering. So for the other remaining part, say concepts of databases, system design, and say programming. So I think it won't be that difficult, because if you want to appear in a computer science paper, then you have to understand all the computer science subjects like algorithms in detail, databases, computer networks, or say theory of computation. So all these subjects are very core to computer science, and if someone wants to study them, it takes a lot of time if someone is not from computer science background. For this section for data science, I think 50% of part he has already covered in his engineering with maths and everything, and remaining 50% is not that difficult to cover, I think so, because he just has to, because these things are not like directly related to computer science. So he can just, if someone wants to teach you databases, I don't think so you need to have a very deep understanding of computer science. Like you need to know operating system, you need to know computer networks if you want to study databases. That's not required, right? So I think it's not very difficult, and I would say that one should give it a try, because I have seen in my master's people who are doing MTech in electrical engineering and even in civil engineering, they were opting machine learning courses in MTech. So if they are interested and if they know that there are good opportunities in machine learning and AI, so why not now? If you are appearing for machine learning, if you are appearing for say mechanical engineering paper, do also prepare for data science. And if something go bad in your say mechanical engineering paper, your luck might work in your data science paper. So it's an additional opportunity for everyone.
Very good one. Right. So in fact, I was thinking in the same direction that a lot of people, switch their branch from BTech to masters, right? They do BTech in something else and then they convert it to computer science in masters, right? We have seen a lot of people doing it. And for them, I think now it is going to be the first choice that they will try to go for this AI and data science and AI rather than, computer science. So I completely get what you're saying, and yeah, it makes sense. So, and the good part, as you said, like it's going to be equally difficult, right? I mean, and even lesser effort to switch to data science because you know maths, right? And rest of the part is just have lesser weightage now. So yeah, give me one guess, okay? What do you think is definitely not going to be there in the syllabus, which is right now in the computer science?
Yeah, of course, like computer networks is not related to
Yeah, okay. I,
so there's also theory of computation and computer organization and architecture. These subjects are very core computer science subjects. Even though if you know these things, it's good, but I don't think so that they are very much needed in data science. Of course, like you need to know system design in data science, so that they might add that as an extra syllabus.
okay,
Uh, yeah, but you need to know like basics of data structures and algorithms, so that might be
okay.
part of data science syllabus.
Yeah. So in fact, you know, I had a belief that if you really want to get a good rank, you know, till computer science, I'm talking about computer science right now. So if you really want to get a good rank, you must work on your mathematics, you know, aptitude, digital electronics. Okay. I always said, like, you know, these are the subjects which keeps you ahead. Like everybody, for instance, everybody learns operating system, you know. I mean, most of the time you start your gate preparation with scheduling algorithms, right? so 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 I believe, you know, it's going to be really yeah, as you said, like these core subjects, they might not be, you know, part of. I also had the same thinking that definitely computer science is not going sorry, computer networks is not going to be there. But I feel that they might keep, you know, theory of computation because a lot of things, foundation of computing science, you know, computer science is there. So yeah, we have to wait and watch. I have, you know, this concluding questions, and then I'll check if we have any question from any other platforms. Okay. So, what do you think as a career choice? You know, what do you think is better now? Going for masters in computer science and engineering, or going for masters in now data science and AI?
So generally, even if you do masters in computer science and in computer science, 90% of the batch does masters in data science, because you will see if you go to any IIT, if you will see this is MTech computer science. So all these students, not all the, but almost 90% of the students generally opt courses which are related to machine learning. So this is very good thing in IIT that you can select your course by yourself. If you want to do machine learning, you do machine learning. If you want to do networking, you do networking. But like 90% of students opt like data science courses. So they are already doing a degree in data science and AI instead of computer science. But still they had to do some core courses like see computer organization, and these courses are necessary. These are core courses in say KGP. And in other IITs also, there are some core computer science course that you have to do in your masters, and then remaining courses you can opt as your optional courses. So people generally take all the courses related to machine learning and AI. So so it's not so now if you are going for full-time data science degree, I think then the some core courses which were related to computer science won't be there, and it's good because now you are fully preparing for data science. So in terms of career opportunities, so when companies come for placements, they are generally open for both SDE, like software development engineering profile, and data science profile. And what I see is like there are more profiles of data science, like there are more opportunities in data science because uh, so you will be a new grade, right? So they don't expect you to know everything of SDE or data science. If you just know the fundamentals, that is enough. So even though if you will go for a data science masters, you will be eligible for both SDE profiles and data science profile. It's not like, oh, if I'm doing my masters in data science, I won't get a job as a SDE. Because if you think that, okay, there might not be sufficient opportunities for data science, so what will happen to me because I'm not doing any computer science masters. So but that's not the case. I have seen in IITs generally they prefer if you clear their test, or if you have a certain CGPA, or if you've done a certain courses, they generally shortlist you for the interview process. And that's because I have seen like many of my classmates who are mostly doing courses in machine learning and AI, they got job as an SDE. They were selected as SD in top companies like Uber, Flipkart, Microsoft, Google. So that's the thing. So in terms of career opportunities, I will say it's an extra benefit for if you do in data science, you can get both opportunities, like in data science field and also in SDE field. And I think you will get rid of some core computer science courses which are not very much related to data science, especially. So for me, like I don't like computer organization and architecture, but if I do MTech in computer science, generally I had to do that course in almost all the IITs. But if I will go in IIT with a data science paper, that core subjects might not be there. So yeah.
Yeah, right, agreed. So good. I would like to put my view forward as well. So I just have simple thought process that let's see, you're not losing anything out. Okay, so you have all the opportunities which are there for computer science. Okay, no one, I mean, it's already there, but at the same time you have an edge that you have degree. When we talk about degree, though degree, I personally believe that degree is not, very much relevant when you just, complete 1 or 2 years of experience. But at the same time, sometimes it matters. Okay. And you don't know that, because this is a futuristic program and futuristic subject. So the step, I would say, is good. And nobody is losing out anything, as I said. Like just somebody opting for data science and AI has all the opportunities available which are available for computer science, as you said, SD. So if I have to opt, I will definitely opt this one because of the even if I don't understand a lot about it, all I see is that you want to go for such courses because you are working to build your career, right? And we see that these are the demanding technologies, right? Demanding tech. So why not opt a degree and specialization in this direction? So this is the thing. I really don't have a lot of insight in terms of how the job market is right now, but in general the job market is not good, by the way, right, at this moment. But still I see that these are the fields where everything is normal, close to normal, because I see the hirings are happening. I see every day, startups are being funded who are closely working with, AI and trying to build stuff with AI and all. And I see that companies are hiring. So to go to any AI company, one of our clients, I work with them. So they still have opening for 3 engineers. They are a Sweden-based client. So yeah, I think that career opportunity wise also this is going to be better choice. I'm not sure how quickly it will reflect into GATE aspirants because they might like to take time or understand. I'm talking about in general the audience, but we'll have to see. One question before we drop. I think we are close to our like concluding our session. So yeah. I learned that GATE is going to allow attempting 2 subjects, right? So do you have any idea, any guesses about this, how it is going to, I mean, so it's like while filling up the form, you will be allowed to select 2 subjects. Is it like this, or how do you think
Yeah.
it is going to happen?
So there are 2 combinations that you can, so there are combinations mentioned that you can opt. So with computer science, you can opt these other papers. With data science, you can opt these other papers. So I think with data science and AI paper, there are mostly papers like CS is allowed, electrical is allowed. So people who are opting for say electrical engineering GATE paper, they can also opt for computer science uh, paper. Yeah, I mean data science paper. It's there in the website.
So
Yeah.
good. Okay, yeah. So then they have already published it. I think we are close to concluding this. Before we go, so of course, once the syllabus is out, what we are going to do is we are going to work on the every part of the syllabus, okay, and then going to conduct a session where we will tell you what could be the best resource you can follow for those topics. Okay, so stay tuned with us. The best way would be to subscribe to our channel, because we are going to live cast everything there, or otherwise feel free to join our classroom, which is for computer science and data science and AI related stuff. I'll share the link in the description of this video, okay, when it is published on YouTube. So good. I think that's about it. Sumit, would you like to share anything which we have not covered? Meanwhile, we lost Amrit. He already had mentioned that his network is fluctuating. So because he dropped abruptly, maybe we will guess that he is not with us anymore, and we can connect with him later, of course. And yeah, if you have any question for him specifically, we can ask. We can, you can tag people and just redirect your question, so that we can cover it into the next session. Sumit, do you have anything you would like to cover, or we have almost
Uh,
roughly covered
yeah,
everything?
I don't have any additional topics. I think we covered most of it. But I just want to say that everyone should try this new paper, because this is very good and there are great opportunities in career, and also in terms of your, if you want to go for research and you want to pursue PhD or postdoc. So then I think this is a very nice and trending field to like look forward. And as you mentioned, like we will be doing more sessions on, once the syllabus is out, we will be doing more sessions on how to prepare and what, from
Yeah.
where to prepare. And we'll also do some videos related to the different topics, because we have all the members who are already working in data science and AI, so we can share like things in more practical way. And I think Gate also prefers having more practical and more of like fundamentals of knowledge of every topic. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it and very excited.
Great, Sumit. So all I can hear that everything you have learned from your experience working in the field for last couple of years, we'll be sharing these things with our with whoever is like interested to listen or to learn from us. So good. Let us share the details which we have promised, like the resources which I was showing from IIT Roorkee. Everybody can search, by the way, but I can share. And also something also we mentioned something else. What was that? The classroom link, which I will, share in the video description. So yeah, so we can be in touch. Meanwhile, we wait for the syllabus. If we have any insight, we'll come back again. So thank you very much for joining us today, and we hope to see each other again. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.